Hey everyone, this is MusicTechHelpGuy. Today I'm checking out the Nectar 3 Elements plugin from iZotope. As most of you guys know, I'm a big fan of iZotope Ozone for mastering and mixing, as well as Neutron for mixing, as well as their whole plethora of restoration tools. So I'm a big iZotope fan. So when iZotope reached out to me to check out their new Nectar 3 Elements plugin, I said, of course I'll check it out. So Nectar Elements is a very simple plugin that's meant for vocal production and vocal mixing, and it gives you all of the tools that you would need in a typical vocal chain: EQ, compression, reverb, exciting, tone color. It basically puts all this into one small, simple plugin, and I find it particularly useful when I'm working on demos or doing songwriting, and I just want a really quick way to give my vocals that extra pop it needs to stand above the mix. So right now I'm working on a new demo here. The vocal's very raw. I'm basically just tracking straight into an AKG C414 and then going into my digital preamp in my Focusrite Sapphire 56. So nothing really in the recording chain at all. The only thing I have in the processing chain is I have Auto-Tune Pro just to kind of like smooth out the tuning a bit because I'm not the best singer. And then I have RVox in here just as a gate. That's all it's doing is it's gating. So really no EQ, no compression, no reverb, no nothing. So let's give this a listen dry.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked up so many times enough. Just keep on trying, keep on living, love me like you always did. Just stop the hurting, stop the healing, live this life cause it's worth living, live this life cause it's worth living. If you want me, you can have me, but you got a lot to learn. It's not like we've got by the time I decide.
Yeah, dynamically in the verse here, it's not too bad. It's just kind of dull sounding. It's not bright enough. And then in the chorus here, it's just, I'm kind of shouting and going, I'm singing as high as I possibly can, and the dynamics are kind of all over the place. So we need to control the dynamics here, but also bring out the brightness. So the way Nectar works is it has the same sort of mix or master assistant built into it, kind of like Neutron and Ozone, except here it's called the vocal assistant. So you can choose a vintage or modern vibe, or if you're working with dialogue, you can choose that. And you can choose a light, moderate, or aggressive intensity. So let's try modern, aggressive. And what you do is you just press play, and then first you hit go, and then you hit play, and it analyzes the audio and applies the effects and processing to it that it sees best fit.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked up so many times enough. Just keep on trying, keep on living, love me like you always did. Just stop the hurting, stop the healing, live this life cause it's worth living.
And then it comes up with a preset with clarity, a de-esser, dynamics is the amount of compression, a tone setting, as well as a space setting for reverb. And you can even clean up the pitch if you choose to. So let's give this a listen by itself.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked up so many times enough. Just keep.
So I feel like the dynamics are a bit much. It's a little too flat. Pull down the de-esser a bit. Let's play with the clarity. If you pull it up, it's going to be brighter.
Just keep on trying, keep on living, love me like you always did.
Let's go ahead and try to pull up a little bit of the pitch correction. Not a bunch, just a touch.
Just stop the hurting, stop the healing, live this life cause it's worth living, live this life cause it's worth living.
So I love that you can go in and dial in your own settings to taste, but it gives you a rough starting point to start off with. So let's give this a listen with the music now.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked up so many times enough.
And just remember, we started with this.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked.
The dynamics are everywhere. It's really boxy. It's not bright enough. So let's give this whole thing a listen, and we're gonna do one more thing to this.
I know it's hard, I know it's tough, I know we fucked up so many times enough. Just keep on trying, keep on living, love me like you always did. Just stop the hurting, stop the healing, live this life cause it's worth living, live this life cause it's worth living. If you want me, you can have me, but you've got a lot to learn.
So the dynamics in the chorus are really kind of still all over the place. So one of the cool things about this plugin is you can automate all of these parameters in it. So if I want to automate the dynamics at the chorus, I can do that without having to split this up into two different tracks at two different settings. So really all I have to do is go to the Nectar plugin in my automation parameters, choose the dynamics parameter, and then I can just pull up the dynamics knob at that point, and we'll get more compression.
If you want me, you can have me, but you've got a lot to learn. It's not like we've got by the time on the side.
And we can really automate any parameter. So it sounds a little bright there just because it's the way I'm singing. Maybe we want to pull down the tone here to make it less bright at this point. Let's give that a shot.
If you want me, you can have me, but you've got a lot to learn. It's not like we've got by the time on the side. If you want this, we can have this. There's nothing you...
Now, at the same time, that additional compression is causing the overall volume to be quieter. So I could also go in and just automate my volume to make up for that at this point as well.
If you want me, you can have me, but you've got a lot to learn. It's not like we've got by the time on the side. If you want this, we can have this. There's nothing you and I do not deserve. It's not like we've got our lives to decide.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Right now, Nectar 3 Elements is on sale at iZotope.com for $100. It's $99. It's totally worth it if you want a really cool, cheap plugin that can help you to mix your vocals and your dialogue in a very simple, automated way. Especially if you're just a musician. A lot of people working with DAWs nowadays they're not mix engineers. They're musicians. They just want their music to sound decent before they hand it over to their mix engineer. So this is a good way to do that and add that cleanup and polish to your vocal tracks without really having much knowledge of compressors and EQs and exciters and pitch correction and reverb and all that stuff. So this is great for musicians who are trying to clean up their vocal recordings, or even like me, I'm a mix engineer, but I'm also a songwriter, and I like to use this for demos just as a real quick, low latency, low CPU way to make my vocals stand out in a demo recording. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.